Yo, welcome back. So, today I want to speak about layers down one and basic things you gotta keep in mind that will help you hit the move more frequently. But first of all, I'm aware that this mic might sound bad. It's a pretty cheap one, but I wanted to make my point vocally, and it's all I have right now. So my apologies in advance. And if it sounds unbearable, just let me know in the comments. Okay, let's get it started. Down one feels like a double-edged sword to me at times. It's obviously a slow move, it's -3, no tracking, and it's hard to gauge the range on it at times. I mean, for me at least, I'm gonna speak for myself in this scenario. So, yeah, those are the risks you take when you do it every time. But I still have to say that it's one of Leo's strongest moves. For what it does, it's worth throwing out. But we should be mindful about where we throw it out though. I think doing it at a long range is probably the best way to use it. Why? Well, for one, at close range people tend to poke and throw out jabs. Like down for ones, magic force, Steve's back one. Oh god, I hate that move. And hop kicks, or should I say hope kicks, because at this range, when some people, when they get pressured, they just do random hop kicks and stuff. I mean, you see that kind of stuff online, and yeah, and you're taking a risk every time you do an 18 frame at this range. An 18 frame move at this range is like, for me, it's just not worth it. Like, you just take unnecessary risks. And the second reason is, not only can they interrupt you easily, they can sidestep you easily as well. Sidesteps are in general more effective up close, and to top it off, this move has zero tracking. So if your opponent sidewalks you from this range, I mean, you're pretty much done. So like, it's over. It's over for you if you whiff this move. Yeah, I mean, let's see. Let me show it real quick. It doesn't really matter which way they sidewalk. They can sidewalk left or right, and they will end up behind your back every time. And there's nothing you can do about it. Like, so yeah, that's like another reason why you shouldn't really abuse this move from up close. And on whiff, this move is pretty bad, like pretty bad. Recovery animation, let me show you. So blue means I can block, right? See how long I'm in blue? Like, it's over. I mean, yeah. And these are just a few reasons why you would want to use this move at a longer range. At a range where jabs, down forward ones, and magic force won't reach you. Because in Tekken, fast attacks tend to have short range. So like, when you get at a range, like I would say range 2.5, you don't have to worry about that, really. You can just go ahead and do down one without being worried of getting interrupted by a fast move. And yeah, that's kind of your sweet spot right there. 2.5, a little, maybe 2.6, 2.7, around 2.9 ish, and 3. That's where you are. That's where it gets kind of iffy, That's kind of a range where you don't want to do it because it will easily whiff, and you don't want this move to whiff. Like, trust me, you don't. And yeah, that's kind of I would say 2.5 ish. It's like your range. So what we already established so far is that it's heavily dependent on range, which means it goes hand in hand with movement. To be able to hit down one frequently, you will need to move and create space, right? So if you don't move, and if you don't, you know, if you're not a player that moves a lot or whatever, you're gonna struggle with this, and it's gonna be hard for you to make it work. You'll be eating all types of counter hits, you'll be whiffing all over the place, like, yeah, you're gonna need to move. And that's kind of something I learned myself, like not too long ago. I just simply didn't move a lot, and that's why incorporating down one into my game plan just didn't work at all. So yeah, movement, creating space, down one, that's like one and the same. That goes hand in hand completely. And yeah, that's kind of like if you see me play, when I use down one, before I do it, I always try to calculate the space at where I'm doing it. So I tend to, you know, do something, or they do something, and then I backdash and do a down one. I always backdash before doing it. I mean, not always, but most of the time I always move before doing it, always. And that's just like to make sure I don't get counter hits up close. And yeah, I will recommend it. Always move before doing it. I mean, when I say always, I'm like it depends on the situation, of course, but always move, man, always move. So another effective way to use it is to interrupt. Down one is a counter-hit tool, so it's pretty obvious you're interrupting. But when you know what your opponent is about to do, and you just throw out that down one like, man, calm down, you know, and boom, counter hit. That's just like the best feeling ever. So yeah, always keep in mind what your opponent is about to do, and just interrupt them as you feel like they're about to press another button. I'm gonna just give you a brief example. Like, for example, you know how some players, especially online, I'm gonna stress that, especially online, some players like to whiff a move to bait you, and then do another move right as you come in, and you just eat it. Like, god damn, I just ate that move. For example, you know, Jin might do an electric into or whiff electric. I'm gonna say whiff, right? He will whiff electric into forward 4. The electric is a bait for you to come in and press a button, and as you come in with a button, he will forward for you, and boom, you eat a full counter. I just recorded Jin doing an electric into a forward 4, and keep in mind we are online. So that shit really works online though. Offline, I don't know. I'm not sure, but okay, let's do this. Right. So it's gonna do a full screen electric, and you're gonna come in trying to do something and just eat the forward 4. You know, shit like. And when you have that in mind, and you know it's coming, you can just down one and interrupt him, and boom, like you have a counter hit. You know, just like that. And they're probably gonna stop doing that. You know, another well-known example is Brian's orbital into 3+4. They would just whiff the orbital because it has a decent recovery, and they'll do a 3+4, right? And that shit works online. That shit really works online, because when you're too late with the punish, you just eat the counter hit 3+4 and it's gonna hurt. So when they do that, just down one that shit. Just do it. Like, you have all the time in the world to do it. And when you see it coming, yeah, that's like a free counter hit. So yeah, that's about it. That's the only thing I wanted to speak about, really. I just wanted to talk a little bit and test out this mic and see how it will come out. And also, I just wanted to stress the correlation between down one and movement, because in my opinion, that stuff comes hand in hand. If you want to hit down one more frequently, excuse me, you will need to move a lot more. If you don't move, you probably will struggle with incorporating this in your arsenal. So yeah, that's kind of it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you're subscribed, and thanks for listening to my bullshit. Alright, so peace, have a blessed day, and don't give up on Leo, alright? Alright.